Joining us tonight, social media superstars, President Trump's most loyal supporters, Diamond and Silk, and the hosts of the Fox Nation show, Diamond and Silk. Great to have you all with us, and thanks for joining us. Let's start with the president. He is telling the Democrats straightforwardly that there will be a wall, and he's prepared to leave at least a quarter of the government shut down for years if that's what it takes for these Democrats, these leaders, so-called, of the Democratic Party, want to simply ignore their responsibilities to the American people.
Well, I think that the president is doing a great job when he say that we're going to have a wall. That's right. We are going to have a wall. And shame on these Democrats. Their only plan of action is no action, which is very, very sad.
That's right.
You know, they give money to these foreign countries, but what about our country?
That's right.
What about securing our border? You don't get paid tax dollars from these foreign countries. You get paid American tax dollars and use that to fund the wall so that we can secure our borders.
And if the Democrats in Congress can approve funding to fund a wall in Tunisia, which is a whole nother country, why can't we get the $5 billion that we need to fund the walls right here in America?
And if if you don't want to fund our wall with $5 billion, then why would you take $155 billion to fund illegal aliens? You should be taking $5 billion to fund the wall, and then we won't have to waste $155 billion a year.
That's right.
You know, as I watch the four amigos there, the leaders of the Democratic Party, talking about there will be no wall, I keep trying to understand what they're thinking about, because they weren't elected by the American people. Only the president was elected by the American people. He was elected to secure the border, to put America first, to restore this nation's military, and to make certain that Americans are safe. While this latest report from DHS, 3,700 suspected and known terrorists crossing the border last year, the 17,000 criminals that were caught in just 1 month on the border. I mean, the list goes on. And there should be a discussion about why we want to secure that border and put up walls. This is mindlessness. And the Democrats then, Diamond and Silk, now they want to have something on the table to bargain with. Making Americans safe isn't enough. Securing the national interest isn't enough. They've got to have some sort of payoff politically for doing the right thing.
It's time for them to stop using Americans as political pawns.
That's right.
American lives are being lost because of our national security not being secured here. You know, our president worked hard day and night, especially over this Christmas holiday, this vacation holiday or whatever. He worked hard to try to seal the deal of securing Americans. We send billions of dollars to foreign countries to help with their economics, their economy, and to secure those individuals that do not do anything for Americans over here. It is time for us to stand as Americans, take a stand against our Congress, against the people our tax dollars we use to pay their salaries, and they do absolutely nothing for the American people. You have people in Congress that have approved sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities violates Title 8, Code 1324, which is our immigration laws. It violates that by aiding and abetting illegal aliens. If we can use taxpayer dollars to fund sanctuary cities which aid and abet illegal aliens, why can't we use that money to fund the wall to protect American citizens?
Well, there's that, and there's also the president saying that he is considering declaring a national emergency at that border. And
he should.
It's time.
And looking at what is transpiring there, it's the primary source of most of the methamphetamines, heroin, cocaine, marijuana entering this country. And by the way, Mexico is one of the most, if not the most violent nations on earth. The drug cartels effectively run that. It is that government. It is an absolute disgrace of what we are witnessing in that country, and the Democrats don't want to make Americans safe. It's stunning. Let me turn very quickly. Impeachment. Did you hear the nonsense coming out of the mouths of these Democrats who are now in the 116th Congress? I mean, who are these people and what are they thinking? Impeaching the most successful president in our country's history in the first 2 years of his presidency? Over 2 years of investigation about collusion. There is no collusion. It's all phony baloney. And what he's had to put up with, and now these characters are running around talking like sock puppets, declaring it's time to impeach the president. I mean, they're unhinged.
They're unhinged. It's very sad.
Yes.
And they have to understand, impeach him for what? Because the economy is booming, because unemployment is at an all-time low, 312,000 jobs was added in December. What you going to impeach him on? See, they don't have a platform to stand on, a leg to stand on, so the only thing they can scream is impeach, impeach, impeach. Well, how about let's look at Congress? How about we put term limits in to get some of these people out within the next 2 years if you're not going to work for the American people? How about we do that?